Hey YouTube, how's it going? Melvin here, and today we finally got so many changes for Epic 7, and I'm actually excited to play it again. But for this video specifically, we're going to be talking about the Caides Hunt 11. This is the team that I won the first time. I actually beat this boss on the second try without changing any gear, so this boss might be a bit easier for us endgame players. But if you're new, a lot of people ask me, is this boss like worth farming? And the answer is absolutely not. If you're new to the game, you should be farming Wyvern for that speed set. And the reason why this boss isn't that good is that the sets that you're getting, Revenge, Injury, and Penetration, are very specific. Probably Revenge is the one that's a lot more versatile. Injury and Penetration sets are a lot more centered towards DPS units. So if you get like a crazy healer gear, say it's like health percent, defense percent, effect res, and speed, yeah, then if you're gonna get penetration set with that, that's gonna be really feels bad because that set does not work with those stats, and that's true for like injury set as well. Most of the time, you're only gonna be looking for attack, crit, and speed, and if you roll any other stat, it's gonna be a feels bad man. So the reason why I say that still go for Wyvern is that speed set is a lot more versatile. If you get crit attack, you can put that on your DPS unit. If you get health, defense, FRES, you can put that onto your healer units or your tank units. And there's just so many different stat combinations for speed set that can work, and it's not true for injury and penetration. Also, it's Hunt 11, so you're for two Hunt 13 is a lot more better because like for two more energy you get what two more reforged mats per run, and you always get 85 gear. So the fact that Hunt 13 isn't out yet, I will not suggest farming this unless if you're a super mega whale and you're just bored to death, or you got like some crazy specific idea in mind where you want some of these sweet ass penetration stats. Actually, from these three, penetration is probably the one I'd be looking for. But like I said, I would try to avoid farming this if you can. The team that I brought Vivian, Blingo, Seaside, Bologna, and Cdom. I don't think this is the best team comp for this boss. I've seen other team comps do a lot faster, but those team comps usually revolve around TM Luca, which I do not have. Not all of us can be so lucky. But I kind of like this team. It's a little bit more free to play friendly. I would think I got two ML4s, Blingo and Cdom, and I have Vivian, probably the only unit here that not everyone has. Everyone probably already has SSB. If you've been playing the game for a while, you probably hopefully have SSB. So this is a quote unquote free character. So in this team, how this works is that Vivian's gonna be the main. Sorry, SSB is gonna be the main tank here because she's not gonna be able to lower her threat level, so she's always gonna be the highest, while sharing some of the damage to Vivian because my Vivian's a little bit more on the chunkier side. Actually, that's just how my gear rolled for her. I kind of want to switch her out there. I'll show my stats in a bit, but I kind of want to explain the team first. Blingo is probably the best unit here, just because not only does he heal, making sure that you have that 100% win rate on this boss, but he also deals a decent amount of damage if you built him like super like correctly and like with pretty good gear. The unit that I probably do not like here is Cdom, just because the boss dispels, so immunity doesn't work, and then applies restrict. And CDOM, a restricted CDOM or like an entire team that's restricted kind of gives CDOM a lot, just because she relies on that CR push on their S2 and also CR pushing the entire team on their S3. So if I had someone to change her, it'd probably be CDOM. I just haven't really figured out who I want to fix it with. Put here with maybe Sermia. Maybe I'll try Sermia since she also has her own like her S2 would dispel the threat level. Um, Also, my CDOM isn't that well geared either, which is kind of weird since I'm a cleave player and I don't really care about CDOM as much as I should be. But my Vivian's here, like I said, for tanking and applying attack buff for CDOM and SSB. That's about it. She is on the cleanse E as well, so she's going to be cleansing that speed debuff, which would help your DPS a lot because you're attacking a lot faster. And SSBs for death breaks and debuffs in general. The reason I don't like my team is I only have one death break and it's SSB and it's not as reliable. The boss does attack a lot because the ads will attack you and the boss will dual attack. So you'll probably get a lot of SSB stacks in the fight. But I kind of want another debuffer. Probably gonna do flurry maybe or something here. CDOM doesn't really work wonders here. And that's the team I brought, and I kind of need to explain the boss a little bit for you to understand why I brought this team. So the boss has this mechanic called Danger Level. It's actually a new mechanic we've never seen before, in which every time you attack the boss, only the boss. If you attack the ads, it doesn't proc. But every time you attack the boss, you gain 1 Danger Level up to 5 stacks. And first of all, the boss will always attack, including the ads. The boss and the ads will always attack the unit with the highest danger level. If there's a tie, it'll like randomly pick, I think, or it switches back and forth. I can't really tell. I've seen it go back and forth a couple times. So, but I believe it's random. And every time also it hits a unit, it'll deal damage proportional to max health times danger level. So the unit that's hitting, if it's on max stacks, which is 5, it's going to be dealing a lot of damage, and it'll stack with the danger level as well. The only way for you to lower your danger level is you need to use a non-attack skill. And that's the reason why I brought 3 units with non-attack skill, Blingo, Vivian, and CDOM. That way they can reduce their own danger level while SSB is tanking, because SSB is a pretty good tank because he shares some of that damage to Vivian here, who's also fairly chunky. And that's it. Yeah, so these 3 units are fairly safe because they're not going to get hit after a certain point because they're going to dispel their own danger level, and SSB is the main tank here, like I said, while dealing a lot of damage. Right? That's kind of why I brought this team specifically, and I guess we're going to go to the stats. So I guess we can start off with Vivian. My Vivian's actually not well geared because I kind of want her to be a lot more damage, but this is the Vivian that I have. This is how my gear rolled, and it's just, it kind of works sometimes. I opt to go for the Dispel EE. I actually use this Vivian also for RTA and like a lot of PvP content. I prefer this Dispel than the CR1. I feel like I've won so many games because of Dispel more rather than losing games because I don't have this 50%. And it works really well in the boss because the boss applies a slow and then restrict. So you're gonna be dispelling the slow, like I said, and dispelling slow is always good. Also got plus 18 Dignus Orb. Dignus Orb Vivian, always good. But yeah, that's my Vivian. She's relatively fast. Like I said, I kind of want more attack stats too, but this is the Vivian that I have. Next we go to SSB. Just spoiler alert, I don't use SSB as much. I'm not an SSB player. I only use SSB in actually Wyvern. That's about it. So I don't even have a drink. I never tried to pull a drink just because that's how much I don't like playing SSB. So I have her in Rosa, which actually works really well because like I've like S1 a couple times, like dual attack so many times. But she's even in like what, like do you ever put like 75 level 75 piece on here Bologna? But this is my SSB. Not even tanky. I guess a lot more damage stats here. Not even 100% crit. Like I said, I don't really care. But she has pretty good effectiveness, allowing her to like land on. I think that's actually enough effectiveness to hit all the debuffs on like maximum on the boss. And let's go to CDOM. My CDOM is probably not as good. I used to play CDOM a lot, but she kind of fell off for me, which is kind of weird because I'm a cleave player. I don't even have her 9-8, honestly. This is my CDOM, not that good. Like obviously you probably have a better CDOM. I have so much crit, actually, way too much crit. I use Caladra just because the SSB is probably going to do a lot of debuffs in the boss, so getting that 30% increased damage probably for the best. But like I said, if I could change one unit in that team, probably CDOM. I'm probably gonna figure something out, and I'm not gonna bother changing your gear just because I kind of want to use someone else. And lastly is my Blingo, probably one of my strongest units that I built. So she's fairly fast. These stats are actually pretty high. I know it looks small. It's just Blingo has like really low base stats. It's his attack modifiers that are crazy high. But I don't have max here either because I usually use imprints. But he's always a work in progress. I'm always going to be working on my Blingo. Portrait's probably the only one you could use for Blingo. Nothing else works because he's a Soul Weaver, and obviously you want the greater attack buff. That's it. All right, so on to the fight. So the first fight, there's this mob that when it's debuff, it counterattacks. So I mean, you just kill it, I guess. There's nothing special about it. Yeah, every time it's debuff, it counterattacks, and then it has a stun. So this immunity on Vivian is actually super good here. If you don't have Vivian, I don't really know who to put in here. Maybe Rose, but then again, you get restricted, right? So you're not gonna get CR push from Rose. But Vivian on the first mob here is really good because that immunity is not gonna get dispelled, and you're not gonna get stunned. And hopefully you kill him before he does his S3, which he recovers health. I guess, and then yeah, something happens. And so yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Just kill the boss ASAP. If you have a lot of damage, you should be able to kill the boss before S3s. Like I said, I really like Blingo, or I guess I really like Blingo in general though. So it's probably gonna S3 here. So this is one of the downsides, is that if Blingo S3s, he's not gonna have it ready for the second fight, which is it's kind of sad because you're gonna get so much threat, and he's not gonna dispel it for a long, which we'll see in a bit.
Can you hold out?
So like I said, every time you hit the boss, you're gonna hit the boss twice there. So now Blingo's kind of in trouble because he's at 2 threat level. But Caides gets a boost here, probably gonna attack this boss. I mean, obviously he'll attack this boss, not probably. Caides gets a boost even more, and this is the problem, right? You're gonna get dispelled, and then you're gonna get restricted and slowed. Good thing that this is pretty good because like I got lucky there. Caides did not get restricted. So I'm gonna start hitting the boss here. I also actually hit the death break as well, which is fairly lucky. And this is how this team works. SSV is just going to be tanking over and over. Also, every time those ads also focus the unit with the highest threat. So you can see that SSV has that 5 now. SSV is going to be the main focus, and she's going to be a great tank. Well, actually, I got lucky here and just ended up killing it so fast. But I mean, you kind of see right how the team works. Oof, sorry about that. Also, yeah, so every time the ads hit this, the boss will hit as well, so you get 2 stacks on your SSV. And yeah, that's how you kill the boss. Pretty straightforward. And that's the end of the fight. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I think this was a bit too easy. Hopefully they release Hunt 13 soon. That way, you know, we could be more efficient in farming this. I'm probably not gonna farm this because like I don't think the sets really matter that much for me. The only thing I want is penetration, and I don't even know if I actually want it right now, honestly. Once they hit Hunt 13, I might make a video about that. Hopefully it's hard enough that, you know, it's gonna take me a while and it's gonna be fun. But if you like this video, if you could hit that like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Also, I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream every day at 2 p.m. PST. Links will be in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.